everybody. Good morning, good evening. What's going on? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome again to episode 4 with Behind the Headband with SethDrums. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys again for all of the love and support. Once again, I'll stop talking about it, but man, it's so awesome to have so many lovely, amazing people like yourselves watching and also listening to this little podcast that I have created. And you guys are just so inspiring. So thank you so much once again for just tuning in when you can and being a part. Okay, I won't go into previous episodes too much, but I will tell you guys, obviously the last episode was a doozy because it was like my transition from being a part-time streamer to full-time streamer and getting some recognition, I should say, from some streamers like Kid Boga, for example, right? But I also want to talk to you guys a little bit more so. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, this is a new camera setup, so let me know what you guys think about it. If you're not watching on YouTube and you're just listening, then it sounds exactly the same. So let's move into 2018 now. All right, 2018, right? You guys know Kid Boga raided the channel early 2018. I got partnered in May of 2018, and then I went full time as a streamer, content creator, the end of 2018, right? After I got partnered, I started getting some recognition from some major streamers, man. Y'all remember peak Fortnite back in the day, right? 2018, 2019. We had Tim the Tab Man, you had Ninja, and man, you had like Courage JD and all these people, right? And during that time, I was doing a lot of, drumming to Fortnite songs and stuff like that. But I think the really crazy thing that happened to me during that time after getting partnered and going full time, Tim the Tap Man and his community kind of became a part of my daily routine. Just being in the streams and connecting with the community. And I never thought that it would turn into what it has turned into today. And it was really, 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 really cool to experience that. And I have a quick little video here. If you guys don't know Tim the Tab Man, well, I don't know how to explain who Tim is, but he's one of the OG streamers, and he's been around for a long time, probably 10 years. And he's everybody just in this field, in this little universe we have on the internet. Everyone's pretty much familiar with them if you're into watching streamers or into like video game stuff. But he's a good dude, man. And so I would watch his streams a lot. And at the beginning of his streams back in the day, before the copyright DMCA thing was getting really bad, he would watch or listen to music at the beginning of his streams, if you guys are familiar. And I have a video here, which obviously, if you're listening, you can't see it. You can hear it, though. But he was very big into music. He just loves music. Big Linkin Park fan, so we connected definitely because Linkin Park's still my favorite band of all time. And there was a person, a viewer, that gave Tim money, donated to him, and said, "Hey, check out this clip." And it was a clip of me. Now this is surreal because this is back when Tim, he still averages a lot of viewers, but he probably had 30, 40,000 viewers, right? This is peak Fortnite time, And so he watched this. He watched this in front of all of his viewers. And I think it's kind of cool, And the clip is Kit Boga raiding my channel for the first time. And that's crazy.
I'm about to just get my own drum set and start playing, dude.
What? Tim?
This dude's listening to Rush. He's a really good drummer then. If you can play Neil Peart, you can basically play anything in the world.
Well, I can't play any Rush, but I guess that was a compliment. So that was the first introduction, man. That was the first introduction from SethDrums TV at the time to Tim the Tab Man. Really didn't, obviously he didn't really think of much of it. But at that time, obviously nobody knew who I was. So I started being a part and watching the streams and gifting subs and just being a part, of the community that way. And I really didn't think it would turn into a meme like it did, but it did, bro. It absolutely did turn into a meme. And so there was people would be like donating and showing clips of me playing songs. I mean, he was a big System of a Down, listener. So there would be clips of me playing System of a Down stuff. And the moment that I started becoming kind of like a thing in his stream, we would banter back and forth. And he was saying something about me, trying to mouth me, and he called me Steve Drums by accident. And instead of Seth, he called me Steve. And everyone just lost their minds, thought it was the most funniest thing during that moment. And so from that time that he called me that, he always called me Steve. Always. No matter what it was. If I gave him $5 or $50, he'd call me Steve Drums. And everybody started referring to me as Steve. I almost rebranded, bro. I'm like, man, maybe I should change my name from SethDrums TV to Steve Drums TV. But that's all he did, man. Like that's all he did was just call me Steve, and that kind of just like kickstarted me, and I started kind of forming this relationship with the community. That's why I recommend, if you're streaming, if you're starting out streaming, connect with the community, get close to a community, and get involved, and eventually maybe you can connect that way. And I'm not saying poach viewers, but people will start recognizing you, right? If you're a content creator. As the years go on, man, there's another clip here, but people were just memeing about me. Listen.
The first TTS to start it off, guys. Ready?
Sub to Steve Drums on Twitch, Bogu.
I need to go too because I got things to do, right?
Yeah, okay.
Good one.
What is that supposed to mean, Tim? I have a job.
Yeah, so I just started, I mean, I can't really explain it, but everyone just started self-promoting for me, and I just became this thing, man. And I started doing voice chat stuff with them, on his stream. They'd do like interview stuff, and I would get in there and get involved. And I started also like connecting with Whips, which is like his head manager, his mod or whatever, who does literally everything for him, literally babysits him. And I became really good friends. I'm still really good friends with Whips. We talk all the time about silly stuff. And it's just super surreal to me, man. Like that happened, right? And I didn't even was looking for something like that to happen. It just happened. Once again, like as the years go on, man, he's just watching videos of me on his stream. It's actually kind of funny though.
Play Tim's head.
What is this, dude? This is.
You should play Tim's head like a drum.
It just became this meme, right? It just became this meme, and I loved every minute of it. At this point, we've been connecting with Tim and his community, and then people started recognizing me through Tim's stream. I can't exactly remember what month it was of 2018, but Tim actually raids my channel for the first time.
Without the actual song.
He raids my channel for the first time. This is the audio clip before he raids my channel.
I'm gonna host Seth because this is gonna be hysterical.
See, everyone just loved it. Everyone loved it.
Psych.
So Tim hosts me with 32,000 viewers. So you remember, Kit Boga hit me up with like 5,000 viewers, and that was stressful enough. But having 30,000 people show up at your doorstep, bro, it's absolutely terrifying. Absolutely freaking terrifying, man.
Okay. Well, that's Tim.
That's Tim. And then I just went on and started playing the drums, man. I just went on and started playing the drums. I tell you what, though, man, 2018 was so surreal for me because there's so much that happened, to me as a person and then the brand. And I still vividly remember getting a new drum set Now, we've talked about before, I didn't have any money in 2017 to upgrade my gear or anything like that. I used a credit card. But in 2018, we started getting quite a few people and started getting people that were, you know, able to financially support. And I'm so grateful still to this day for a lot of those people don't watch me anymore, but it was just a season. Like they were there for a specific time and specific purpose. And then they fulfilled that purpose and then moved on to somebody else. And that's completely fine. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that, you know, nothing wrong with that. And I really wanted an SJC kit. You guys know my old YouTube name was ISJC. My old Twitch name was ISJC and stuff. And I wanted an SJC kit. My community rallied around me, and the kit that I wanted was $2,400. And there's no way, right? There's just no way. I'm a new, somewhat full-time content creator, and there's no way I could do it. Well, the community at the time, they rallied around me, and they donated, and they hit the goal. And I bought my SJC kit. Now at the time, I was like, man, this is peak. I still have the SJC kit, and to this day, it's in the garage in storage because I have a better kit now. But at that time, that was the best drum kit I've ever had. And I unboxed it. You know, I bought it in California. I unboxed it. Absolutely crazy that people on the internet cared enough about seeing my dreams fulfilled. And I still today, I can't believe how much some of y'all do for me, you know. And then around that time, there was a employee of a company by the name of Heartbeat Cymbals out of Canada. And they are big into like the gospel era, you know, the gospel, yeah, the gospel category of drummers. And I somehow got connected with like the CEO or the CFO of the company, and I talked to him on the phone. And I talked to him and told him my story and everything. And they were like, yeah, we would love to, you know, work with you at some level. Obviously not like an artist, like top tier level, but like getting my foot in the door and get like an affiliate or discount code and stuff like that. And the thing was, I didn't have a rapport yet with any, like, I wasn't a big name. I'm still not a big name, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have like the aura to be getting like free cymbals, right? Because I still was fairly new to the space. So they weren't going to just give me free cymbals, but they were going to give me a big discount on my first set of cymbals. But it was still like $1,100 for like the whole kit, like not the kit, but the whole set. I mean, it was like two crashes, a ride, a hi-hat, maybe a China cymbal. And there's no way I could do it. It's so crazy because, you know, there are people that were just wanting to see me succeed so much and so badly. I'm dang blessed, man. And I remember telling my Discord community, you know, we have a community in the Discord, obviously, if you guys don't know that, but I just told everybody, I said, hey, I got a cool deal with Heartbeat Cymbals, but they're going to give me a huge discount on my first set of cymbals, but I don't have $1,000. And one guy, Drentum was his name, sends me a DM and goes, hey man, would love to help you buy those cymbals. Me not expecting he was going to buy the whole thing. I figured, you know, maybe any amount would help, even $100, man, $50, right? Just go towards it. And eventually I can save up. No, man, he sends me the entirety of $1,000. And it was just absolutely surreal that someone would care enough about me to do that without expecting any return. And so I hope he's doing well, man. I hope he can see this podcast or hear this podcast or whatever. That'd be really cool. But he bought those cymbals for me, and then that was my first thing was that. So this is a quick little video of me playing the new cymbals that I got. And this was all right before I actually I was so stoked. I was so stoked. But I didn't have my new kit yet. I still had my old kit. So I'm kind of getting it all mixed up. I think this was more end of 2017 going into 2018 when I got the cymbals. But it all still is the same, you know. It's all still about the same. So I started getting these cool little sponsorship deals with different companies, you know, going into 2018. So it all still works out. Twitch did this Twitch creative promo slot every Friday where they would go through smaller creators like submissions and they would highlight them. Give them like a couple of minute promo during their broadcast on Twitch every Friday, and they selected me to have my own little highlight slot, and it was really cool because there were several thousand people that watched it every Friday. They don't do that anymore, but at the time that was like if you were on the Twitch creative promo, hey man. You're gonna do really well as a content creator on Twitch. So I have a clip that shows that a little bit. I'll just show you a little bit of it.
Hi everybody, my name is Seth and I play drums on Twitch.
Dude, I sound so weird.
So I've been playing drums for 21 years. I decided in March of 2017 I'd start playing drums on Twitch.
That it's so surreal to me, man. It's so surreal to me. And I would do jokes and stuff. I would do funny dad jokes.
You call an alligator in a vest an investigator.
Oh my goodness.
But I think what makes us really different on Twitch is that we break so many sticks so often that every time we break one, we do a stick memorial.
This is what this was a really cool idea to get people to sub to the channel. I don't have a broken stick wall anymore, but I don't really break that many sticks now. But back then, for some reason, I don't know if it was the humidity in the room, the heat, or I just had terrible technical skills. It could have been the last one. I broke a lot of drumsticks, and what we would do, if you subscribe to the channel, not like YouTube, but if you subscribe to Twitch, $5 a month, you get some emotes and all this stuff, and that's how I made a living. That's how I make a living now, is through subscriptions. Then I would write your name on the broken stick, and I would glue it to the wall behind me. We had like those foam padding, the egg crate foam paddings, and I would glue the drumsticks to the wall, and eventually it got so big that I ran out of room, which is a pretty good problem to have. I didn't have any room for drumsticks anymore because people just kept subbing, and then I would even write gift sub names on the sticks, which was not smart. But I was a smaller creator, and I was just trying to get people to, give financially so I could make a go out of this thing. And I did that for a long time, and Tier 2 subscriptions, which was $10 a month, basically just like it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade from a Tier 1 sub. And that was $10 a month, and you got like a special, a different emote badge. And then Tier 3s were $25 a month. It's still all the same pricing, I think. Or maybe it's a little bit, maybe it's a little bit different. And they would get a different type of emote badge and an extra special emote, kind of like a vanity type thing, like a vanity emote. Like, oh, I have this one, and only Tier 3s have it, right? Special, just like little special categories. And Tier 2s would get a different colored drumstick. And then Tier 3s would get like a gold glitter drumstick. Tier 3s did. So that's what I did. And it really worked. People love seeing their name getting written on the drumsticks. And then they would go and they would see it sometimes up there on the wall. And then the mods of the channel, I gave them a blue drumstick and wrote their name on there. Now, the problem with all of this was I wasn't thinking that eventually glue starts deteriorating and drumsticks start falling off. And then when people leave the community and they go somewhere else, I had to take their drumstick down. And that was really, really hard to do because it started looking really gross when I started pulling off drumsticks. And then every month I would export an Excel sheet and see who's active and who's not active. And it just got really overwhelming, eventually, because there was just too much to handle every month. So I got rid of it, right? I got rid of it. And I got rid of the sub wall, but then people were like, man, we really missed the sub wall. Can you bring it back? I'm like, okay, well, maybe I could figure out another way to do this. The next thing I did was I bought a bunch of wood paneling that you get on like Amazon, like wood, like I have it on behind my drums right now. Not the same one, but that type. It's just wood paneling. You adhesive stick it to the wall. And I bought little bitty hooks and I put, dude, I don't know how, it took me like a week, but I hand screwed in like 100 hooks to the wall so I could just hang the drumstick on the wall instead of like gluing it, which was pretty smart of me to do. Not realizing that this would cause me so much pain because the room was an 8x10 and I barely had enough room to get in and out of the drum set, behind the drum set, let alone try to maneuver around a bunch of hooks in the wall. I ripped so many shirts, dude. So many shirts, so many jackets, getting in and out of the drum set because of the hooks behind me. Well, let's just say that was the last time I did that, and it lasted probably through 2019. I did that, and it looked cool on stream, but it was a pain because it was just a pain. And eventually we started doing like neon drumsticks, and so when I had a black light, the drumsticks glowed, and it was sick. It was sick, but not really manageable, not manageable by myself. So now in 2019, right? Now 2019, things are hopping. But I kind of plateaued in 2019. I started struggling with bills again. And as a content creator, you have this roller coaster, man. You're not always up in the mountains, man. Sometimes you're down in the valley. It's just life. But in 2019, man, I went through a really low point in my life, especially as a content creator, where I could not get any videos to do well. We were still posting YouTube videos. I wasn't posting any like short form content yet. That was not my thing yet. I don't even know if that was really around yet. I can't. At least I wasn't in that space. But I was still posting every 2 days on YouTube of drum covers, and I was doing my best. And in 2019, I really wanted to go to Twitchcon, and in order for me to do that, I had to raise money to go because it's expensive. I live in Missouri, had to fly all the way to San Diego, and sure enough, my community helped me raise money, but they wanted me to dye my hair a different color. And if you guys ever watched Ninja had blue hair. That was his thing. That was his brand. It was like his even his logo was blue hair, blue face, Even his Fortnite skin was blue. So I did that. I dyed my hair blue, and I eventually became like the scuffed ninja or ninja from Temu because I had my hair blue and I wore a green headband. And I was SethDrums ninja impersonator. I finally was able to go to TwitchCon in 2019. I went in 2018 too, but it really wasn't that great of an experience. I was still new, and everyone was just trying to climb up to the top, the people I was hanging out with, and it was not a really great experience. I mean, I'm glad I went, but it was all just like the music community at the time, and it was just not really great to be a part of. I met some really cool people back then, and I still talk to some of them, but others I try to block out of my memory. I think it was like in mid 2019, Tim the Tatman did a limited merch drop, and it was a jersey because he's really big into football. And it was a custom jersey, and you could actually go and just get your name put on it. So I bought a SethDrums jersey. I bought a SethDrums jersey, and I took it to TwitchCon, and somehow, some way, I came in contact with Tim during a meet and greet, and he saw me, and he freaked out, and he was like, Steve, and I took my jersey to him, and he signed it at the top left, Tim the Tap Man, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna keep this for the rest of my life, man. So when I got home, I framed it, put it in the like a jersey frame, and it's been in my room ever since. And it's just like something I can, I look at it and remind myself, I went through that. Like that happened, It was so cool, man. It was absolutely so cool. So that was pretty much my highlight of 2019 is going and meeting Tim for the first time, and getting him to sign my jersey, and him finding me. Pointing me out in the crowd and was like, hey, get up here, I want to sign your jersey. It was neat. It was really, really neat. So that was, even with the lowest of lows in 2019, that was really, really awesome to be able to have that experience with them. Well, in the next podcast episode, I want to go into 2020, and that everybody knows that was a crazy time to be alive, bro. Like we went through that, and I want to talk about what happened to me as a content creator. I mean, everything just skyrocketed for me because everybody was at home, and like going stir crazy, and watching live streamers was like what everyone was doing just to like maintain some sort of sanity. So I really want to go into that and talk to you guys about how I met Jordan Fisher, and like the most viewers I've ever had in my entire existence of the channel happened during 2020. And I want to go into that a little bit more. We'll talk about that in the next episode. Thank you guys again for listening and watching. We'll see you guys next time, all right?